The distress beacon had been silent for 3 hours when Commander Jack Morrison received the final transmission from Colony Theta 7. Through the static and interference, a child's scream cut through, followed by the distinct sound of plasma fire. Then nothing. Jack stood on the bridge of the ESS Retribution, his jaw clenched so tight his teeth ached. Behind him, Communications Officer Jennifer Chen replayed the message for the 5th time, her hands trembling slightly as she worked the controls. They knew it was a civilian colony, Jennifer said, her voice hollow. 2,000 settlers, families. The Zinthari knew exactly what they were hitting. The Zinthari Collective had made a calculated error. For decades, they had observed humanity's diplomatic efforts, their peace treaties, their reluctance to escalate conflicts. They had interpreted compassion as weakness, mercy as cowardice. When they obliterated Theta 7 without provocation, they believed Earth would negotiate, would compromise, would seek understanding. They were catastrophically wrong. Jack turned to his tactical officer. Status of the fleet? All 73 ships are in position, sir. The Vengeance, the Fury, and the Reckoning report ready for your command. Jennifer looked up from her console, her dark eyes reflecting the cold light of nearby stars. Sir, we're receiving automated pleas from the Zinthari civilian stations. They're claiming they had no knowledge of their military's actions. Did the children on Theta 7 have knowledge of anything beyond their schools and playgrounds? Jack's voice was ice. Did the colonists planting crops know they'd become a military target? The bridge fell silent. Every crew member had lost someone on Theta 7. Jennifer's sister had been a teacher there. Jack's cousin had run the hydroponics bay. The Zinthari home system appeared on the view screen, a cluster of 4 planets orbiting a binary star. Their military fleet, confident and battle-ready, formed a defensive perimeter. They had 300 ships to Earth 73. By conventional mathematics, the Zinthari held the advantage. They hadn't accounted for human fury. Jennifer, open a channel to the Zinthari command, Jack ordered. A reptilian face appeared on screen, its translator collar flickering. Human vessel, you are in violation of... You targeted the Helpless, Jack interrupted, his voice carrying the weight of humanity's rage. You murdered civilians without warning, without mercy. You wanted to teach us fear. Instead, you've taught us that some things cannot be forgiven. The Zinthari commander's scales rippled in what might have been amusement. You are outnumbered 4-1, human. Your species' sentimentality has clouded your judgment. Withdraw now, or we will... Jack cut the transmission. All ships, he broadcast across the fleet channels. Remember Theta 7, no quarter, no mercy. What happened next would be studied in military academies across the galaxy for generations. The human ships moved with a coordination that seemed impossible, as if 73 vessels shared a single mind. They didn't fight like machines executing programming. They fought like a pack of predators who had just seen their young threatened. The ESS Retribution spearheaded the assault, its railguns firing with precision that defied physics. Jennifer coordinated the fleet's movements from her station, calling out targeting solutions with mechanical efficiency while tears streamed down her face. Each destroyed enemy ship carried the name of a colonist in her mind. The Zinthari discovered that humans had been holding back in previous conflicts. They had never seen Earth's true weapons, the ones locked behind ethical committees and moral debates. The antimatter torpedoes, the nanite swarms, the quantum disruptors that tore ships apart at the molecular level. Within the first hour, the Zinthari had lost a third of their fleet. Their commanders sent desperate transmissions offering surrender, offering reparations. Jack deleted each one without listening. There would be time for words later. Today was for action. A Zinthari battlecruiser tried to flee toward their homeworld. Jennifer's fingers flew across her console. Sir, they're heading for their civilian sectors. They're using their own people as shields. Jack's expression didn't change. Target their engines only. Disable them, then move to the next hostile vessel. The battle raged for 6 hours. The human fleet fought with a terrible beauty, each movement purposeful, each shot calculated. They weren't warriors lost in bloodlust. They were surgeons, excising a cancer with cold precision. When the last Zinthari military vessel went dark, Jack finally opened a channel to their homeworld. Your military targeted our Helpless, he said, his voice broadcast across every Zinthari communication channel. They showed no mercy to civilians who could not fight back. We have destroyed your ability to wage war. Your military no longer exists. He paused, letting the weight of those words settle. But we are not you. Your civilian populations are untouched. Your families, your children, they live. Remember this day. Remember that humanity extended mercy where you extended none. Remember that we could have done to you what you did to us, but we chose differently." Jennifer looked up at Jack, seeing the exhaustion in his eyes, the burden of command weighing on his shoulders. "Sir," she said quietly, "that's 73 enemy ships destroyed. 0 civilian casualties on their side. Theta 7 has been answered." Jack nodded slowly. "Set course for home, Jennifer, and send a message to Earth Command. Tell them the age of humanity's restraint is over. Tell them that those who target the helpless will learn what it means to face Earth's dangerous fleet." As the retribution turned toward home, leaving behind the wreckage of an armada and a lesson written in fire and steel, the galaxy watched. Humanity had shown that mercy was not weakness, that compassion did not mean vulnerability. They had shown that the most dangerous predator is not the one who kills without thought, but the one who kills with purpose, with control, with the terrible clarity of righteous fury. The Zinthari would rebuild their military, but they would never forget. None of the galaxy's species would forget. Humanity had marked a line in the cosmos: harm the helpless and face the consequences. Show mercy to their innocent and receive mercy in return. Jack stood alone on the observation deck as Earth grew larger in the view screen. Jennifer found him there an hour later, 2 cups of coffee in her hands. "They're calling us heroes," she said softly, handing him a cup. "We're not heroes," Jack replied. "We're just humans, and humans protect their own." Jennifer nodded, understanding. They had shown the galaxy that humanity's greatest strength wasn't their technology or their tactics. It was their capacity to care so deeply that they would cross the stars themselves to answer for the fallen. That more than any weapon made humanity dangerous. That was what made them unstoppable.